What's up everyone, MK Tom Brady here. So about a week ago I did a video in which I covered Dragon's all things MK11 video pretty much. And in this video he said he would love to sit down and do a PowerPoint presentation for NRS. And of course I said in my video I would love to sit down and do a PowerPoint presentation on something for them. And I got a lot of responses in the comment section saying, Tom, I wish you would do some form of PowerPoint presentation on something MK11 in a YouTube video. So in this video, I'm going to do a PowerPoint presentation on the quote-unquote NRS Special way of balancing things. And I'm going to go over the balancing process from start to finish. This is a common thing they like to do. And then after I go through the process, I'm going to tell you what it means, why they do it, and why nothing ever gets changed because of it. All right, or changed in the right way because of it, I should say. So we're going to use Raiden as the example here, and we're going to go through the balancing process through the eyes of Raiden. So Raiden is a good character to use because he was one that back when we had the 2 and 3 variations, especially when he got the third variation, his Truth and Light variation, a lot of Raiden players were like, this third variation is complete crap. He doesn't have anything that he can do. Like, all his moves are bad. It's just completely worthless. And even Thunder Wave that had the teleport, a lot of Raiden players were saying, look, we like this variation, but it's very gimmicky. It's very sketchy. We want something to really power this variation a little more so that we can at least use more than just one of our variations, which is right about in the middle of the pack at that. So here's what happened. Originally, Raiden's back 1-2 was -11. They made it -8. Now, the purpose of that was he was getting blown up for full combos. But at -8, it's really only a band-aid because he's still getting blown up by full combos with a 7-frame jab, which is a lot of characters, but not all the characters. And while not all characters can do this, just about every character can do this right here, which is down 1 or down 3, because just about every character has some form of 7-frame or 6-frame, down 1, down 3, something like that. So it doesn't matter if he's getting blown up for a full combo or getting blown up, with just, quick poke and you're getting the advantage there. Now, he had ways he could deal with this, like his short electric fly cancel, for example. So when you do short electric fly cancel, right here I have it at -12. You used to be able to get it -11. I'm not sure if you still can because they did tone down the cancel advantage on this string, and we'll get to that in a second. They toned the cancel advantage down. So I don't know if you can do -11 anymore, and if you can, it's so hard it's not even practical. So unless maybe you're Qui-Gon Jinn, like a Jedi or something, but I don't even know if it's possible. So this short electric fly cancel is going to protect you from the full combo punish blow up. So you go for your 7-frame jab, Raiden's not there, you're not going to get the punish. Now, if you have a fast mid, like those characters with those 9, 10-frame mids, so on and so forth, that are ranged, that go forward very, very quickly, you're still going to be able to get a full combo punish because those faster mids are going to move forward, they're going to advance, and they're still going to blow them up before you can block. So you're still going to get punished by that. But if you're just doing back 1-2 guard and they do something like this, you're going to be able to block. So there is a mix-up there. Now also, even again, if characters don't have those type of mids, again, that down 1, down 3 is still going to punish. So this does not keep you safe from that quick poke check that pretty much every character can do. What I find funny about this, and this is really interesting, notice how I'm always able to get the punish here. But if I block it crouching, I am no longer able to get the punish. So if somebody is blocking in crouch, you're going to be completely safe from the immediate punish. Standing, jab, down 1, etc. However, like I said, if they block it in stand, not the case. Now, of course, you can try to make them block it crouch to make this safer by using your low. Raiden has lows, he has his back 3-1 string. The problem with the back 3-1 string here is that if you go to hit it and confirm in a combo, they're able to break away out of the storm cell. Now, storm cell was fixed. It used to be able to just break out of the storm cell when it hits you. Now, when storm cell hits, if you haven't broken, and I don't hate using this as a buff because it's more of a fix than a buff. But you never even get to that point because the second hit launches, you're able to break away. And even if you go to confirm it into a combo, regardless of what your launcher is, they're going to break away and get a full combo punish. And of course, some people will say, well, you always at least have the option to just do 2 hits and you don't have to go for the launcher, get the knockdown. However, while it's completely safe on block. You can flawless block the second hit and make it -16 with no pushback, and then also flawless block and then get a full combo punish without having to spend the bar. So without even though it is that -6 with pushback, you're always able to flawless block it as well and get the punish. And keep in mind, even if it hits, you're not going to confirm it to the launcher anyway. And of course, there are those that can say, well, you can still mix that up with back 2, but it doesn't do anything without crushing blow, which requires 2 in a row to hit. And if they get blocked, you're also dead. So everything is dead, dead, dead. Now, another option you have here, going back to the back 1-2 safe, is you can use your back 1-2 into the long electric fly cancel. This is around -19 to -20 if you do it properly. At this situation here, you can't 1-1, you can't down 1, you can't do your fast mid, you can't even do a quick dash 1-1. None of that. None of that is going to work here. The only way to be able to punish this is you have to commit and do a extended dash forward, and then do your fast mid type of punish, and then you're able to get a punish here. Also, there are some characters that have moves that cover range, like Gear's Sand Trap or Sub-Zero Slide, that kind of stuff, Liu Kang Fly Kick, and they can punish this as well. Now, these are all punishable, but he also has another option. He can do his back 1-2 into teleport. However, this is going to get blown up by like a down 1, or again, still a full combo punish. So again, this also isn't safe. So this is still, I guess layers of guessing games, but again, none of these options are truly safe yet at this point. Raiden can also teleport away, and yeah, he's safe from the full combo punish, but characters like Gear's with Sand Trap or Liu Kang's Fly Kick, Sub-Zero Slide, characters that have these fast moving attacks that go forward are still going to be able to get the punish. This also costs 1 bar of defensive meter, by the way, so it is going to cost you some bar. You can also teleport in place, but of course, you're still getting down 1, you're getting full combo punished, etc. And the thing is, if you're teleporting in place, which of course is going to cost you 1 bar of defensive meter, so you won't be able to break away when you get punished, it doesn't matter if you're teleporting behind them or teleporting in place, there's no mix-up here. So even if you're trying to mix it up, like here I put it on hidden random playback, even when they mix it up, just doing your down 1 or your 1-1, it doesn't matter what side they appear on, you're automatically going to get the punish. So there's really no mix-up here at all. It doesn't really matter. So if you're just mashing out your down 1 or your quick jab punish, you're always going to punish him regardless if he goes behind you or teleports in place. Also, just doing down 1 stops 4 of his options. Back 1-2 stop is punished. Back 1-2 short electric fly cancel, punished. Back 1-2 teleport, punished. Back 1-2 teleport in place, punished. So 4 of the options here and everything I just showed you is punished by somebody just smashing on down 1. And this used to infuriate Raiden players, right? Because what are they going to do to stop that, right? Back 1-2 Storm Cell? Sure. All right, that's an option. But when you block it, he's dead. So Raiden players were again like, dude, we don't really, what is this? These are all kind of gimmicky things. So NRS heard their pleas. And they said, introducing back 1-2 throw. Now this is unblockable. Now you can duck it. You can duck it and punish it. But if you go to duck it and punish it, then you're going to get hit by Storm Cell. So here with Storm Cell, it doesn't matter if you're trying to do, and of course, again, you're dead. Doesn't matter if they try to interrupt or try to duck the throw, Storm Cell is going to hit. And of course, if they're going to respect the ability to go into the launcher, they're going to get thrown. And this was kind of like, this is why the back 1-2 has less cancel advantage, because if the back 1-2 kept its old cancel advantage and they allowed you to continue the string, you would be jailed into the throw, which subsequently was unblockable, and the ender would be unblockable and unavoidable. By toning down the cancel advantage, now you're able to duck, neutral jump, etc., and kind of blow this up for a full combo. But this is a very easy fix, right? Of all the things they could have done, to really enhance Raiden or at least make him a little more solid and less gimmicky, instead of going the solid route, they went this route here, which is, you know what, let's just do some type of 50-50. A common thing in this game you'll see is the quick fixes always involve one of the following. Give it an overhead, give it a low, make it unblockable, period. And you could literally apply that to any character if they have tried to buff from where they were to where they are now. Shiva, right? You know what she needs? Unblockable stomp, and then we'll buff the stomp to have better collision and better tracking. So they're either going to give you some type of buff, be it to an unblockable situation, or make something unblockable like I did with Shao Kahn, make something overhead or low, that kind of stuff. Also, Raiden had his back 1-4. Now this was full combo punished on block, and you could also flawless block it, so it was completely useless. So they made it +1 on block, but you can still flawless block it, and instead of being +1, you're at a -9 and flawless block into a full combo. But it is plus and it is an overhead. So because it's plus and because it's an overhead, obviously you don't want to just always, you don't want to be -1 the whole time, so you can flawless block it, or even if you choose to stand block it. But then they gave him a low with using his staff. So if you, it's always a low, but if you have the quick charge buff, it then becomes a launcher. And the launcher comes out on 21, the overhead in 19. So it's a really small window. It's kind of difficult to fuzzy guard, especially online. So now we have a situation where by giving an overhead and making it +1, but a flawless block gap, obviously you want to flawless block it or block it in general, but in certain situations, based on what he has equipped, you could open yourself up to being launched. Again, you know, they could have done anything with that move. They could have made it a mid, but safe, right? And maybe no flawless block gap, not plus. Instead, they said, you know what, we'll do this, but we're going to make it some type of 50-50 scenario. Again, a 50-50 is always the easiest option here. And then they took his forward 3-2 string, and they made the 2 an overhead. So you go to crouch block, and now it's going to hit you overhead. But again, with the low lightning staff, if you go to stand block, he hits you with that, and then he launches you. So I know it requires quick charge, but still, when you have this equipped, he uses this as a 50-50 tool. And a lot of people complain about this, like, wow, Raiden now has a 50-50 as well. And this is kind of gimmicky because the overhead comes out in 12 frames and the low comes out in 21. So it's a pretty big window. So it's very, very easy to fuzzy guard. Like you see here, it's, if you put it on random playback, it's not hard to fuzzy guard here. You're able to consistently block the overhead and the low option. It's not a thing. But here's what's so funny. Even if it was a thing, like even if this was a real 50-50, ironically, it still doesn't work right. And here's what I mean by that. So here we notice I'm crouch blocking and hey, I get launched. Okay, the exact same scenario, I'm stand blocking and now I'm not launched. Now, the Raiden player is still going to spend the bar of meter. He's only awarded the launcher in a crouch block scenario. And why is this? The crouch block is going to push him back a little bit. You get a little more pushback when blocking the forward 3 in crouch. So you're pushed back into the collision of the explosion. When you block it standing, you're not pushed back as far. And the collision of this staff has always been kind of buggy, where if you did it too close, it's not going to launch, even though you spent the bar to launch. So they are completely able to avoid the fact that they'd never really fixed this move by saying, hey, but at least we made somewhat of a 50-50 scenario. It's not really a 50-50, but no one's going to really blow them up for a move that doesn't work right because of a hitbox when they're so, kind of like sleight of hand. This is like a magic trick that they pull, right? Do something like this, and you're so focused on getting mixed that you're not focused on, wait, they didn't even really fix the problem. They just, so perfect sleight of hand, classic NRS Special here, boys. Now, in doing all of this, like the back 1-2 stuff into the throw, which is very easy, very scrubby, very let's bridge the casual to competitive gap here in order to achieve a better character. He used to have things like his back 1-2 staff slam. Now, without the quick charge, this is -10, completely unsafe. With quick charge, it's -5 and pushback. And if they crouch block, it's even more pushback and still -5. So this was a really, really good tool here. And it was one of his better tools up close. And it wasn't like overpowered or anything because it required 2 slots, right? You had your quick charge, which was slot 1. And then you had your staff slam, which is another slot. And 2 of your 3 slots are taken up, which means you can no longer use teleport, and you haven't even equipped a launcher yet. So yeah, this is, it was balanced out. However, this is a problem here because there's really no mix. You think it'd be, wow, this would be broken, right, with back 1-2 into the throw. However, there's a very easy, it's not even an option select, I want to say. It's just kind of like an easy fuzzy block that both simultaneously blocks the staff slam with a flawless block and simultaneously goes under the throw. Now, you're not going to be able to punish the throw because you're looking to do this on reaction as opposed to guess. But the staff slam you can react to and then do a very late flawless block up 2 punish. Like the up 2 punish is very late because of just how big your advantage is when flawless blocking this. So you don't have to just throw the up 2 out right away. You can visually confirm the flawless block in up 2, and of course if the throw misses, then you're not going to get a punish because you're not guessing, but you're going to be at advantage, and then you get to go into your pressure, and Raiden kind of has to hold that pressure. Now, for one, they completely destroyed the staff slam move because, sure, off forward 1, which is more of a ranged attack, which I don't even want to say buff, they fixed the collision on it. Off his forward 1, which is a ranged high, sure, you can't do that. But the back 1-2 teleport, the back 1-2 grab is not a mix-up there either. So the staff slam, there's no reason to use staff slam. For one, to make it safe requires 2 slots. So you got to take the quick charge, and then like if you look at the variations here, and you go to customize, to even equip this is going to require 2 slots. First, you have to take the quick charge, and then I call it the staff slam. I guess the move is called electric current, right? Then you got to equip this. So 2 of my 3 slots are already gone, and I don't even have a launcher here. Now, why am I going to do this here when, one, it's not going to free up my back 1-2 throw because you're avoiding them both, and it's just as much risk as Storm Cell. So there's really no point in even equipping this because it's just as much risk as Storm Cell. Only I'm not going to get the reward because I'm never going to hit it. Right? To see the staff slam or electric current, whatever, electric burst, whatever you want to call it, it's not a it's not an overhead. So and there, while this is a low right here, the electric current, the staff slam is not an overhead. So for those that say, well, maybe you could equip the low staff and do some type of mix-up, because this is not an overhead, you're basically, this is done right here by hitting down plus block. So if you're doing a low, it doesn't matter, you're doing down plus block. This is not an overhead, so it's not going to punish you in any way. And the grab is a high, so there's no possible way. And spoiler, I wouldn't be surprised if NRS made that an overhead, which again, it's a quick fix. It's not the right way to fix this, right? But why would you even bother equipping this here when you could say, well, I could just not equip any of this. This doesn't free up teleport at all. Using it, up close is a safe situation isn't safe. I'm getting blown up just the same. Storm Cell, sure, it's unsafe, but it's only 1 slot, and I have room for maybe teleport or something like that, which again just goes back to a generic Thunder Wave because they pretty much crucified anything else about them in order to free up the Thunder Wave situation. And all they did was really make it easier, right? I mean, and when you think about it, it frees up a lot of stuff. So the back 1-2 into the throw, this is going to free up back 1-2 teleport, right? Because if you look at the throw, again, one more time, let's look at the throw here. It looks no different than back 1-2 teleport. Like, you can't tell. So because you're respecting some of these options here, like if you try to react to the teleport animation, you think it's a teleport, and you go to hit a button, the throw is going to hit, right? So, and again, a lot of these are mix-ups that involve you getting launched. Like when you're wrong on this, you eat Storm Cell here. So you're respecting, while it's unsafe, you don't want to get launched. So you say, look, I can eat a couple of these unblockables or whatever, but it frees up the staggers, it frees up back 1-2 teleport. And it all because it's just an easy fix that allows a player to take a very easy tactic and just take it a long way and go really far with it. It's an artificial balancing tool, and this is what causes people to kind of get on a couple sides of this argument, right? So we have people that say, oh my gosh, Raiden's too good, right? And then some people say, so when you see Raiden guessing wrong every time, you're doing back 1-2 Storm Cell, you're wrong, or you watch somebody wrong all the time, or you watch their teleport get blown up, or you watch their grab get thrown up, get blown up. You say, wow, there's just a healthy balance of that going on to where you say, you see, it's fine. And then when you see it giving people problems or winning, you're like, oh yeah, whatever, but I just saw it lose 10 times in a row. But we have players on this side with it's too good, it's too whatever, and players on this side with, it's okay, it's fine, yada, yada, yada. And usually those players are Fujin, Jackie, etc. because to them, outside of Shiva, they think everything is fine because if they come for that, then they're going to come for them. But yeah, this is really, out of all the ways they could have fixed Raiden, they chose this. And this gets people to say, look, your character's too good, man. Or the character's fine, the character's good, the character's good. NetherRealm here's, the character's too good, the character's fine. Okay, so what are we supposed to do about the Staff Slam being put into the ground? Well, it doesn't really matter. You have back 1-2 grab, you have Storm Cell, you have teleport, you get in for free, and then you do this easy, scrubby stuff, 50-50s, etc. Well, what about my Joe push here? This move is 2 slots. What about this? Oh my gosh, the character's fine, the character's good, you don't worry about it. What about this move here? This garbage move, Rolling Thunder. What about that? Can we do something with that? Your character's fine, man, he's fine. It's whatever, he's too good, whatever. Well, what about this Lightning Rod move that is completely useless? Raiden's fine, he doesn't need anything, he's too good as it is, he's broke, he's scrubby. What about this Electric Current that has a wackadoo hitbox on the Amplify? Oh, and by the way, keep in mind, you always amplify it on hit or on block, it always comes out, right? So just to show you one more time, even another reason why you wouldn't want to do it. When you do the situation here, and notice when it comes out, the bar still leaves, so you still lose the bar. But notice on Storm Cell, right? So when you do something with Storm Cell here, you don't lose the. So I'm amplifying it every time. It's just the same replay, right? So it's still an amplify, but it doesn't come out. So with the Electric Current here this low, not only is it a 2-slot move because you got to get the launcher, you need this and the quick charge, but the move then comes out, you lose the bar even when it's blocked, where Storm Cell doesn't. So the risk reward is pretty much the same. Only Storm Cell's 1 slot. You don't lose the bar when it gets blocked. It's just better in every way. So there's no reason to equip anything but Thunderwave Raiden because his other tools are complete garbage. They don't work around the back 1-2 grab or some of the other stuff that he has. And just something super simple like back 1-2 throw, a simple 50-50 involving an unblockable, is a major tool, but in the wrong way. Of all the ways they could have changed Raiden, they did him like this. Why? Because it's polarizing. It's going to get people talking about he's too good, he's too easy, he's too scrubby, which then takes all the attention off the hitbox that they didn't fix on this move. Or the Joe push, that's useless. Or the Lightning Rod, that's useless. Or Rolling Thunder, that's useless. Or Joe push, that's not only useless, it's also 2 slots. It takes all the attention. Now they have a character that, well, he's good, he's fine. Oh, people are saying he's actually too good, he's too broken, he's too scrubby. We don't have to touch him. Now, they got a simple fix. They didn't have to spend the dev time to adjust these other moves, the dev time to adjust other issues of him. It's just a quick, simple fix. Give him a 50-50 and allow an unblockable to come out off a string on block. Simple, easy, less work for them, and maximum reward for the casual player, although not so much on the competitive end as far as bridging the gap between casual and competitive. This is what they do. The easiest, most simple fix that is so polarizing and so scrubby, it makes people forget about all the other issues, which then by the time the game is done, they got away with balancing one way without actually doing an overhaul that the game requires, much like how Street Fighter V did. It's the same thing for Shiva, right? Like, clearly she needs a redesign. People are stomping away, but see, it's not winning. So it's super ridiculous, but because it's not winning, it's not on the it's not like, oh my gosh, he's winning every tournament. You know, it's not like Jackie, Cetrion, Fujin, etc., that type of stuff. But it is really easy, really accessible, really scrubby. There's no way you're going to tell me that somebody stomping you out with Shiva over and over and over again does not severely bridge the gap between the lesser player and the more skilled player. And of course, when you put these tools in the hands of the skilled player, like, it's even 10 times more devastating, and you just feel like, dude, I don't want to play this game. And again, you could say a redesign for Shiva, but what do people say? Nah, you know what? Forget that redesign. Just nerf the stomp into the floor. So NRS says, oh, nerf the stomp into the floor? We don't got to do nothing else? Sure. Yeah, we can do that. And problem solved. No dev time is spent on a redesign. Quick snap of the finger, stomp nerfed, quick and easy peasy, boys. And there you go. And there's another character right now that's the center of debate. I'm not going to say the character's name. I don't want to get into the drama on this. But out of all the tournaments happening, and there are like 1,000 tournaments every week, there's like 3 top 8s this character made. And now people are like, is he good? Is he whatever? They make characters just irritating enough, right? You know, again, involving a restand and an unblockable, that, well, you know, maybe he's better than we thought, right? And then overhaul comes, nothing gets done, or this character hardly gets touched. And then, what is this? What's going on, man? Why did he not get fixed? What's going on? Well, you guys said, you know, he might have been 10 places higher than you originally had him. So we thought he was fine. You guys were discussing if he's fine now, right? And then what's going to happen is people are going to say, what? No overhaul, no this or that. And you're going to have the shills coming on podcasts saying, ho, 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 ho. Yo, well, the community said he might be fine after all. And then when he didn't get the changes they wanted, now all of a sudden they're back to he's in the gutter. Ho, 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 ho. It's the community's fault, not NetherRealm's. They couldn't make up their mind. And once again, the NRS Special of balancing, the NRS way of balancing is designed to keep the blame on the players, who they'll do something simple, they'll cry the character's broken. Oh, so it doesn't need an overhaul, just a quick nerf? Oh, we can do that, right? It just keeps the fault. And then when they don't do anything or do the bare minimum, it's the player's fault. They said this was broken. They said whatever. And this is just the cycle in which they balance. It's so polarizing. It takes away from hitbox issues that didn't get fixed, worthless moves that never got anything done to them. And this is the NRS Special of balance. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yeah, this is just something that I noticed is the trend with them. Let me know what you guys think about this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I wanted to get this video out there because as I go through a lot of the overhaul changes that I'm doing, you're going to have a lot of comments like, why would this get done? The character's already good. Why would that get done? The character's already good. And that is the beauty of the NRS balance system. It's the perfect sleight of hand. We give you a little bit that's super scrubby, super simple, but not really like a solid fix, just something that's a quick, artificial, power-up tool, right? So then when people suggest a redesign or any type of real work that has to get done to the game, they don't even have to say anything. The rest of the community, what? You want what? This? That? A redesign? And you're calling for a redesign, so you're not calling for the same scrubby tools to stay, but all you get is, the character's already fine, it's fine, what are you doing? What are you complaining about? And the system at work in all its beauty. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks so much for supporting all my videos. And as always, stay tuned for more content.